Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my show, which is called Let's Talk Business Miami. And I don't know how many of you know me, but I've been around in business for many, many years. Used to be a reporter. I pretty much worked for everyone, including the Miami Herald, New Times, Associated Press, Daily Business, South Florida Business, and community newspapers. And I'm very proud of the fact that today I get to show and talk about the South Miami edition of Community Newspapers, which is one of our great papers. And the story that I'm going to focus on is about affordable housing. And as we know in this community, affordable housing is a necessity, it's a requirement. Without affordable housing, most of the people who live here today won't be able to stay here. And a particular vulnerability are seniors because they don't have income that would be able to cover everything from food to housing to clothes to entertainment, etc. So it's a big, big deal. And in the South Miami edition of Community Newspapers, we have a great story that calls attention to the Tucker Tower senior community that opened in Perrine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read parts of the story, and then I'm going to explain why these details are important. So the story starts, Housing Trust Group, a leading multifamily developer, and AM Affordable Housing. AM is super important to our local community, and I'm going to explain why. And AM Affordable Housing, a nonprofit founded by NBA Hall of Famer and Miami Heat legend Alonzo Mourning. Everybody loves Zoe. He is one of the major athletic figures in this town, celebrity, and he is the leader of a nonprofit that has been building affordable housing in this community for many years. So it's HTG and Alonzo have announced the completion of Tucker Tower, a new $44 million affordable housing community for senior ages 62 and older in the Perrine neighborhood. Now, I don't know how many of you know Miami-Dade County, but Perrine is in South Dade County. It is one of the most familiar neighborhoods for most people. It's sort of in the middle of South Dade, between South Miami and Florida City. So sort of in the middle, roughly. And it's also got a large community of different age groups, single-family homes, rental apartments, and now it's got this great senior housing. So one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention is the fact that Miami-Dade has the largest population of older adults in the state of Florida, with over 500,000 older adults age 60 and over in the county. And that population is expected to continue to grow to over 800,000 by 2040. Now, why is that important? Not only is it important because it's a large number of people and it's a group that's particularly economically vulnerable, but think about it in terms of the big picture. Right now, all ages in Miami-Dade County, the total population is 2,832,794. Under 18, 576,478, so 500,000 roughly. Under 60 is 2,196,641, which makes up 78% of the population. And then 60 plus is 636,153, which is 22% of the population. So all of this is to put in context why this particular housing community is so important. So we're going to continue reading. Tucker Tower is the 8th joint venture between HTG and AM Affordable Housing, which is the Alonzo Mourning Group. And this particular project will be exclusively available to income qualifying residents, ensuring accessibility to those earning at or below 25, 30, and 60% of the area median income. With rents ranging from 463 to 1,359 per month. These rates are a notable contrast to the average rental prices in Miami-Dade County, which currently stand at 2,451. So I was at a meeting recently of the Little Haiti Revitalization Trust, and one of the things that came up was affordable housing. And the point that one of the board members was making was that in order to get there, in order to have enough affordable housing, government has to be involved. Things like the Little Haiti Trust and others have to get involved. And the point was they have to start with buying land, right? And there are a number of different ways to do that. But the bottom line is, for now and into the future, the only way that housing is going to be affordable is if there's some kind of government partnership, a subsidy of some kind that makes it affordable. Because otherwise, private developers wouldn't go in there and build because they can't afford it, wherever it is. I'm not talking about Little Haiti specifically. I'm saying anywhere in the county, whether it's downtown, whether it's in Perrine, whether it's in Homestead or Florida City, whether it's in Aventura, etc. The bottom line is that people not only need affordable housing, but housing that's located in places where it's close to the resources they have. My mom used to live in Miami Lakes, and we talked about possibly having her, as she got older, move to another community, maybe an apartment building with resources that were available to older residents. And she was not interested in that because all of her friends and her resources were in the community she was in. It was where things were close by, Publix and other centers that she needed to get services, including her doctor, etc. So these are the things we have to think about when we're dealing with these issues. So recently, the developer hosted a grand opening ceremony with partners to commemorate the milestone. And the speakers included Alonzo Mourning. I would have loved that, to see him speaking, because I don't always get the opportunity. I haven't talked to him and his organization in many years because I'm not a journalist anymore. I'm in public relations, but I have this great show, so maybe I'll have this opportunity going forward. And Alonzo's organization has housing in downtown Miami, which is extremely important. So we're talking about Overtown. I think he has housing in Liberty City also. And he has been one of the most ambitious and successful builders of affordable housing in Miami. So that's fantastic that he's involved. So the speakers included Alonzo and Matthew Rieger, who is the president and CEO of HDG, Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, and the county was a partner in this project, so that's super important. Alex Ballina, director of Miami-Dade County Public Housing and Community Development, and District 9 Commissioner Keone McGee. Now, all of this is important because it shows that the county is very interested in making these things work. And I remember years ago in the Miami Herald, there were stories left and right about all the problems that public housing had. Developers who took money and didn't do the job they were supposed to do. And here is a great example of a great story, a success that Miami's community newspapers has focused on. So that's super exciting. And it says that according to a recent study from the University of Florida, Miami-Dade County has a gap of more than 90,000 affordable and available units for rental households with incomes below 80% of the area median income. This gap is projected to grow to nearly 116,000 units by 2030, unless affordable units are added. So, this particular project is located at 9940 West Hibiscus Street. It's an 8-story community offering, a mix of 1 and 2 bedroom units ranging from 600 square feet to 895. So this is a fantastic project. It's exciting to get to read and learn about good news in the community. And I'm very interested in hearing from you about all the projects that are coming for affordable housing, because the only way that we're going to get to a better place and to give people access is by having more of these types of projects. So that's the first story we're going to read today. The next story we're going to read is another great news story in the South Miami community newspaper. Now, South Miami is just one of more than 10 community newspapers that the company has. And this is a family business. It's family run. Two brothers, Grant and Michael Miller. Been around for decades. The father started the company and the brothers took it to a whole new level. And not only do we have the newspapers, but we also have these podcasts. So reach out to me at Musibay, my last name, at gmail.com to learn more about how you can get on the show. We have guests. We have this kind of engagement talking about great stories. So there's a lot of ways for us to be able to get the word out about your business. And that's what we want to do. So the second story that we're going to talk about today is called Sunset Inn voted best bed and breakfast in Miami-Dade County. Another good news story. So Sunset Inn, located in downtown South Miami, has been named as the best bed and breakfast in Miami-Dade County by the Miami Herald Miami-Dade Favorites Awards. Super cool. I would love to have an award like that. I would love to be a Miami-Dade favorite. And these guys won it. Now, there's so many announcements every day about hotels, new hotels and properties and all kinds of stuff that's going on in Miami. And here is a property that was voted best by the people in Miami Herald, which gives you a sense that it's about quality and service and location as much as anything else. So let's read a little bit about this. Nestled in the heart of downtown South Miami, Sunset Inn is a historic building preserved through extensive renovations in 2021 and 2022 and provide guests with a charming retreat amidst a vibrant neighborhood adorned with an array of restaurants and shops. Built in 1927, Sunset Inn offers visitors convenient access to the cultural treasures of Miami. So what are we talking about in terms of cultural treasures? We're talking about Vizcaya. We're talking about properties in South Dade that are nearby. We're talking about the Deering Estate. We're talking about public parks and state parks that are close. And finally, we're also talking about the future of South Miami, because Sunset Shops is now going to be transformed into a modern destination over the next few years that's really going to draw a lot of people to the area. And I don't know if you remember Sunset Shops, but I was not a big fan. I didn't go there very often. I did see Dune there, Dune 2, which was fantastic. I would recommend reading the books. Very good. But this particular property has gotten this accolade, and it's well located in comparison to that neighborhood and how things are going to be improving. And South Miami is one of the best neighborhoods in Miami-Dade County. It's wonderful. It's got great housing stock. It's always being improved, great events. So I'm excited to see that this local player is getting this attention. Now, one of the things that makes it so different is that the Sunset Inn has a partnership with the popular restaurant Casa Cuba, located next door. This collaboration encourages the visitors to enjoy the food at Casa Cuba, which is fantastic. I love the breakfast there. Also, the lunch is fantastic. So I can get croquetas, I can get, café con leche, I can get ropa vieja, or all kinds of specialties and delicacies that are going to make your day. You're going to feel like you're getting mom's cooking when you go to Casa Cuba. So Casa Cuba is also a partner of community newspapers, as community newspapers holds events there frequently related to different celebrities and political officials who want to get the word out about a program they might be doing or a campaign they're running. And it's a great place to stop if you have the time. One of the things I also want to mention here is that Sunset Inn is owned by Sofla Vacations, a prominent hospitality management company founded in 2016. So here is another great piece of the story. The company that owns the property is less than 10 years old, and it's already won this great award. So what that tells you is that in Miami, if you're offering quality services and amenities, you can very quickly gain positive branding and get into the spotlight in a way that's going to move this project or any project that you have, whether it's you're selling products, you're offering services, whatever it might be. Community newspapers and our podcasts and our newspapers and our events are really the place to go. So thank you so much for watching today. Going forward, we're going to have shows with businesses that want to tell their story in a very personal way. We're going to have a lot of options for that. Different studios that we have here, depending on what your taste is, what you want to communicate, how you want to communicate it. And then also we're going to have shows where we read the news and tell you what's important. So I want to thank you for coming today. And I'm excited because I get to read great stories about great things that are happening. And I also get to meet all these great businesses. And you can already see some of the shows that I've done on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to Miami's community newspapers. So thank you again. If you want to reach out to me to learn how to get on the show, you can email me at M as in Mary, U, S as in Sam, I, B as in boy, AY @gmail.com. Musibay @gmail.com. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next time.